North Korea again tops the list of the 50 most dangerous countries to follow Jesus. The 2019 watch list released today by Open Doors highlights where action is desperately needed to protect Christians. CBN White House correspondent Ben Kennedy joins us with a closer look. Ben?
Well, Jenna, President Trump has met with many of those leaders whose countries made the list. We're talking about China, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, and of course, North Korea, to name a few. The Trump administration makes religious freedom a priority. Case in point, fighting for the release of Pastor Andrew Brunson from Turkey. But there is more the government can do, and that's the backbone behind this list.
Oh, you who believe, answer the call.
The spread of radical Islam increases the danger for Christians worldwide.
Many Christians are being killed because of their faith, and I know many families that they have lost so many family members because of their faith.
Father Daniel preaches to nearly 200 families in Iraq, where he faces intense persecution by Al-Qaeda. You told me many priests are leaving because it's quite frankly not safe. Why are you staying?
Well, I'm staying because to stay with my people. So this is the only thing which is keeping me staying there and working with them, because they need help now urgently. So if I'm not going to be there, who's going to help them?
Iraq is number 13 on the watch list of countries where Christians face the most persecution. Each year, the watchdog group Open Doors USA documents the most oppressive and restrictive countries for Christians. Topping the list is North Korea, followed by Afghanistan, Somalia, Libya, and Pakistan.
We believe now, based upon our research, that there's over 245 million Christians who live in areas of extreme or high persecution. It's a lot.
He adds that violence against Christians increased dramatically this past year in China.
They moved up from number 41 to number 27 on the list.
That's a big jump.
It's a huge jump, and it shows that things are getting more difficult for China, and it's a big church, so a lot of people, millions of people are affected.
North Korea remains number 1 for the 18th year in a row, despite talks between President Trump and dictator Kim Jong-un.
I would love to see human rights be a part of the discussion when you're talking about nuclear arms, because you can tell within 30, 60, 90 days if conditions have improved for Christians that are in the labor camps. Right now, there's over 60,000 Christians in labor camps in North Korea. A lot of people don't know that.
Vice President Mike Pence does, and today reaffirmed that the White House will always be a champion for people of faith.
Protecting and promoting religious freedom is a foreign policy priority of this administration.
Now, Open Doors continues its efforts, hoping that governments, human rights groups, and other organizations will take notice, get involved, and help believers. For example, Bahrain dropped off the list this year after meeting with Christian leaders to set up a safe space for people to worship. Open Doors CEO says it is really a role model to the Middle East. Jenna?
And Ben, today the U.S. honors National Religious Freedom Day. What is the government doing to observe it?
Well, Jenna, the U.S. is set to host the second ministerial to advance religious freedom. That will be held on July 16th through the 18th right here in D.C. It'll bring together hundreds of government reps, religious leaders, and even survivors of religious persecution to generate new ideas on how better to protect people of faith. And we'll, of course, keep you posted leading up to the event.